Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Jamie, also known as Jamie Stoodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today, we're back to Thursday. It's Thursday. Oh my goodness, Tammy, what's going on? You're like, it's Thursday, the 7th of February, 2019, and this is episode 331. Pretty soon we're going to be to 333. Is that significant in any way?
No, what is significant is 666.
Oh, well, we have about 6.5 years before we reach that point.
3 times 2.
Somebody got coffee. I didn't get coffee. Oh, hi. Hello. Thanks for watching us. Yeah, we're not having just a conversation, right?
Where do we start?
What did we do? Okay, episode 331. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all of our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Yes, sometimes we go off in random conversations, because if you're a new viewer, you may not know that I'm Dammy's mama. She's my daughter. And we used to live in the same house, or same flat, apartment. But now we don't.
I don't know house.
No, it's been a while since we lived in a house. We lived in flats, because we also lived in Scotland for a while, so sometimes you get UK words thrown in. And so she left and went to college. And so now we record this way.
And now I'm a whole hour away.
The whole technology thing. And so sometimes things give us a little issue. Sometimes there's a little delay. Sometimes the internet connection doesn't want to work, but we do the best we can. And sooner or later, she'll be home sometime when we need to record, and you will get us both sitting on the couch again. There you go. So, just in case you needed a little, info on who we actually are, that's us. We could tell you a lot more, but we won't. You'll find out. We're open books. Just ask us anything. Dammy, nobody joined the Ravelry group this week. Or if they did, they didn't introduce themselves. So what should they do and why?
You should join our group on Ravelry and introduce yourself in our introductions thread, because you'll get a shout out on our next episode and be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have quite a few things to talk about today, some pictures and video to show, because somebody's in a play or something. And I have a very sad knitting story. Very, very sad.
Blind light on my face. I should fix that.
Okay. Well, I have a very sad knitting story to share and all that jazz. Oh, I was going to ask you, and I keep forgetting. So, they re-released Little Mermaid because it's some anniversary?
30th.
But what was it was on DVD and Blu-ray and something, and I was like, what the crap is that something? Because I've never heard of it before.
I don't know. Do I look cultured?
I don't know what it was. I'll look it up and see if we can figure out what it was, because I was like, what? I don't understand. Okay, well, we probably should get started, and we will try to answer that question so we don't just leave you hanging. So, here we go. And so, first, Dammy, tell us what the thing was that I didn't know what it was.
4K.
Yes, what is 4K?
It's an ultra HD disc. They're just getting more and more HD. So, you've got 720 resolution, 1080, and now you've got 4K.
Well, I guess you can really see the definition of the water with that. Under the sea. I was going to tell you something, and I totally forgot. I don't know. So, what are we about to talk about?
Now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
Tammy! Tell us.
I haven't worked on it.
I mean, it's like you've been in a play or something.
I'm still working on the Straightforward Myths, which is a pattern by Monet Jogger. It's on US 3.25 millimeter needles. And the yarn I'm using is Penguin Soup Emperor Sock in the Baker colorway, and I haven't worked on it.
We're going to talk about Dammy's play in Yummies. So we're not just ignoring it, but we will talk about it.
It's not like I had 4 shows this weekend and then a surprise snow weekend and then a midterm yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. The Dr. Hopes is texting me.
So what's on your needles?
Well, let me tell you what's on my needles as soon as I hit just a message to the Dr. Hopes. Okay, so yeah. Let's start with my 10-stitch zigzag blanket. This is a pattern by Frankie Brown. It's on US 4's 3.5 mil needles, and I'm working on the 62nd stripe, which is in Space Cadet Ombre and Gradient Mini Skeins in the Headstrong Ombre MS 1404 colorways. And I'm over halfway through this stripe. I think I have like 6.5 zigzags to go. So I will be done with this stripe by next week, and I will have cast on the next stripe on my way to getting to 70. So the next thing on my needles is Dammy's belated 2018 Christmas socks. Because, you know, I'm using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern, and I'm also going to be incorporating the Hermione and Crookshanks pattern by Sandra C. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles and US 2.5, 3 mil needles. And I'm using West Yorkshire Spinner's Signature 4-ply self-striping in the Fairy Lights colorway and the Vitalana Dream in the Tapenade colorway. And I got a lot done during Dammy's play. Because remember, I only had the toe done last week. And the only time I worked on it was at your play, and then I finished the rest of the heel because I had started the heel. So, isn't this pretty? I love this colorway. It was West Yorkshire Spinner's Christmas colorway this last year. And so I'm through the heel and need to start on the leg. I've got to do some maths and figure out where I want to put in the Hermione and Crookshanks portion of the pattern. So I will do that. So the next thing on my needles, I can't show you, but I will tell you because I am working on it, is my new design, the My Favorite Murder mystery wrap. It's going to be a mystery knit along later, probably late spring. And the kits will go up for pre-order for this towards the end of March. So, oh, and I didn't tell you about the stuff. I'm on US 2.5, 3 mil and US 4, 3.5 mil needles using Suburban Stitcher sock in the Triflers Need Not Apply colorway. And I'm enjoying knitting this up. It is the yarn is just fantastic. And the kits are going to include the yarn that Diane dyed. They will include a 2 stitch marker set from Anne of Ann Tudor LLC that does the glass stitch markers. And they will have an optional add-on of a t-shirt by my friend Amanda of Nerdy Knits and Designs, I think is what it's called. So stay tuned for that. I will get that info to you as soon as I can. Now, here comes my sad, sad, sad knitting story. After my success of last week, I had an epic failure this week. I cried. So last week I told you and showed you that I needed to try to repair my nephew Waylon's baby blanket. Yeah. So I knit 2 replacement squares. I blocked them. I sat down earlier in the week to cut out the bad ones and attach the new ones. And now that is in the trash because I accidentally cut one of the good squares and everything just started unraveling. And I cried. So I decided, and I heard to my sister about it, that I'm just going to knit him a new baby blanket. I am not using the same pattern though, because I don't want to knit more squares. So I'm using the yarn that I already had purchased. I'm going to have to get a couple more skeins of one of the colors. But I am modifying the malt blanket pattern by Tin Can Knits. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. So I can show you. But I am modifying it and making because there's a huge section of stockinette with this like small square in one of the corners. I'm flip-flopping it and making this garter and making this stockinette, and I am going to put the blue yarn in here for this detail, and everything else is going to be the green yarn. So I'm on US 8's 5mm needles, and I'm using the Lion brand Heartland in the Glacier Bay and Kings Canyon colorways. So there it is. That color is not true. It's dark. Well, maybe there. So I've started with that, and then this is the blue that I will be using for that one part of the detail. Yeah. I'm very sad and upset that I couldn't fix it because I thought I was going to be able to. I did recognize, though, that in the 5+ years since I've knit it, my knitting skills have increased a lot. So, yeah. So I am going to be knitting this new blanket for him, and I hope he likes it. Green is his favorite color, which is why I wanted to use the green as the primary main color for him. So, but at least these two will like harken back to the old blanket, and there you go. Sometimes you just got to know when to say, this is not going to work, and we'll try something else. So, yeah, I think that is everything that is on the needles. Yes, it is. So we are ready to move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
That's right. So I finished my preemie hat for this week. This is number 5 for the year. It's from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on Ravelry. It's on US 6's 4mm in the yarn. I still don't know why it's called this colorway, but this is Premier Yarn Serenity Sock Prints in the chili colorway. Does that look like chili to you? Not like chili cold, like CHILI.
Spicy.
I have no idea. I knit a pair of socks out of this. I think for Katie, maybe?
Yeah.
So there we go. That's what I finished this week.
Incredible.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. Dammy.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened at the end of last week.
What?
I don't know. What did you tell us?
Oh, yeah. Before the eclipse, you came to see it.
I did. Yes, and it was amazing.
And Pink didn't.
No, Pink did not come see it. Sorry, I don't think they would have allowed cats. Oh, I didn't tell you this. It was so funny. We were sitting in the lobby of the theater before they opened the doors, and you texted me, and so my phone meowed, and the people in the box office were like, "Who brought a cat in here?"
Who was in the box office? Was it a blonde girl, brunette girl?
I can't remember, but they knew that it was a girl. It was actually 2 girls, but they were like, "Are you Dammy's mom?"
Yeah. So
I'm wondering if I met them like maybe in the costume shop or something.
I don't know.
So anyway.
Oh no, I've told people about Pink. I've told people about Pink, how that was her name at the shelter. We don't know why it was her name, but we kept it because Pink's your favorite color and you have pink hair.
There you go. Yeah.
So basically everyone knows you now.
Yeah, I would guess that there's probably not many mothers of students you're in college with who have pink hair.
Yeah. There's a student here who has pink hair, but her mother is blonde.
Oh. Yeah, back to your show.
So yeah, you can see before the eclipse.
We did.
Fun.
Okay, and I'm hopefully been putting photos in here as we've been talking about it. And after the credits, I'm going to put the video of one of your scenes that I sneakily recorded while the play was going on.
Dear God.
I did.
Which scene?
The moon.
Oh. You know, you read the program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever.
I had to, like, I already put it in.
Don't tattle on me. Guys, don't tattle on me or her.
Yeah. I already put it into, I was setting up the podcast so that once we recorded, I would have it all ready to edit. So I already put it in, and I had to break the video because at one point you and she are talking really loud, and then the rest of it's not as loud. But I was increasing the volume, but it made that loud part just like, ah! And the rest of it was like normal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I focused the camera more on you than her, though. Sorry. Yep.
So, yeah, you can see the show. It was great. We got 3 more shows this weekend, but I'll talk about that in a hot sec. So.
Yes. Dammy. I got new glasses this week.
Why, I had no idea. I didn't help you pick them out or anything.
No, they are so light. I did not expect them to be this light. But I feel like I am channeling my 90s self.
Mm-hmm.
With the sunglasses I got.
Hear me with your best shot.
Fire away. So yes, I feel like I'm channeling my 90s self with the sunglasses. So yeah, fun times. I like them. I got them from Zinni Optical. I'm not paid to say that. ZinniOptical.com. If you like them and want to, if you like them and want to get the same frames for yourself, let me know and I can tell you what like the number or whatever it is. So this made me laugh so hard yesterday, and I was having a bad day and it made me laugh so hard. So UPS came, they were delivering a package I was expecting, but they gave me another package and I was like, it wasn't a package, it was an envelope. And I was like, I'm not expecting anything else. What is this? So I open it, and it says Cece's Knitting Gold Star. And I open it, and there's a gold star. This is from Julia, who is, I don't know how to say it. Gia on Ravelry. She has the brave, what's her name? Merida as her avatar. But she said, I also thought you deserved a knitting gold star. I hope this makes you smile. And then she says, P.S. I just find crochet easier for shaped items. So it's technically a crocheted star, but it's for knitting. So thank you, Julia. This totally made my day, and it's going up on my bulletin board full of pins and badges and things like that. So thank you. I especially needed this after my huge, epic knitting fail this week with Waylon's blanket. So thank you so much for that. So this morning in my Facebook group for the knitting group that I go to on Wednesdays, and sometimes you go to if you're here, somebody posted about a new Pixar short movie called Pearl, P-U-R-L.
It's got some adult language because technically Pixar just provided the technology to make it, and yeah, so it's not like one of the Pixar kid shorts.
Right, yeah, there is a little bit of language in it. Referring to a donkey.
Yeehaw.
That's the other, I'm not going to say the word on the podcast. It's another word for donkey is what's in
it. Yeehaw.
So watch it first yourself before you let any younger children watch it if that's going to be something that bothers you. But it's about this adorable pink ball of yarn whose name is Pearl. Pink Pearl just wagged her tail and was like, somebody just said pink and pearl in the same sentence.
My baby.
Yes, I did. She is fellowshipping with the sun right now.
She's sunbathing.
She is sunbathing.
Oh, I'm friends with the sun.
Yeah, I know. You'll see that after the credits. Anyway, it's adorable. I'm putting a link in the show notes. It was so cute. It was like, I think it was around like 9 minutes long. Super cute. Super cute. So yeah, that made me happy. That there was a movie about a movie about knitting. A cute animated movie about knitting. Mm-hmm. I loved her coffee mug. It said, "I'd rather be knitting."
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Do we have any other yummies, Dammy?
Don't think so.
Yeah, that was a lot of yummies. I mean, with you doing your play 4 times.
Yeah.
That was a big chunk of your stuff. So we did get snow. Yeah, you mentioned that. We got snow Sunday. No. Yeah, Sunday. No, it was Sunday.
Oh.
Because there was no snow when we went to church Sunday morning. So it was like Sunday night and Monday. And your stuff got canceled all on Monday and part of Tuesday and all that. So, and apparently we are going to have, they're predicting a snowstorm that apparently this area has not seen this bad for the last 10 years, is the article I read. Predicting that for tomorrow and Saturday. So I hope none of your shows get canceled.
Yeah.
So if they did, I mean, like, do they have policy in place for that? Did people like just get refunds, or do they try to get them in to see a different show of it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, oh, I was really glad we came last week, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. Yeah. So then, if there's nothing else, let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Night Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, then post it anywhere you like. That we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. And this month's theme for February, it's our favorite month of themes, alphabet soup. So today is the letter G. G is 4. So, Dammy, we're about to show them something. What are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. You take a look at the prompt for the day. Like I said, today when we're recording this is G. G is 4. You interpret it however you wish. I think my word for yesterday was, I think I did fan-freaking-tastic for F. So you can interpret it however you want. C is for cat. I don't know. Whatever. And you post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. Side note, if you're posting a picture of your kitty, you can also tag it hashtag GGK Kitty Pad because it's a thing. And yours might get chosen to be featured. If you are participating in GGK Crafty Pad and you have a private account on Instagram, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you, because otherwise we can't see your photos. So send her a message and we'll make that happen. All right, Dammy, you have an upcoming event like today.
Yeah, last 3 shows of Before the Eclipse. Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, 7:30. Come see it if you wanna.
Yep. And it was about 3 hours long with intermission. So just if you're wanting to know that. So get your tickets now. And next week at this time, I will be at the Madrona Fiber Arts Marketplace in Tacoma, Washington. It's February the 14th through the 17th. And I'm not taking any classes. I'll just be at the marketplace on Thursday. So if you see me, say hello. I would love to chat with you. So, all right. I think that is everything. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
Watching?
Listen. Okay, so I am reading Respect for Acting by Uta Hagen and Secret Pauses by April Yamasaki. And yeah, those are the only interesting books I'm reading right now. And I'm also reading The Glass Scientist, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
So you're reading some not interesting books right now?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. For classes, I'm assuming.
Such as Introducing Christianity by Sally Brunel and Ellen G. Paget. It's so boring. I did read a play, though. I can put that in there. I'll highlight it. It's The Redeemer.
So is it boring because, like, you already know what's in the book, or is their style of writing boring? What is boring about it?
It's boring because I already know all of the stuff that's in the book, and it's not meant to be interesting. It's meant to be what it says on the cover, Introducing Christianity, a straightforward introduction to be as simple as possible to understand the introductory aspects of Christianity.
Okay. But you said you read a play?
Yes, The Redeemer by Sibel May.
Okay. What was it about?
It was about a detective and a psychic, and it was a tragedy.
Oh, how tragic.
Yeah, so.
So I assume with all of this, you are getting in your 15 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I referring to, Dammy?
The year January, February, and March. Wow, read along.
Yes. So we have the quarterly RALs this year. You need to read 15 minutes a day. I don't care what you read, as long as you're reading, and audiobooks do count. And the instructions for posting your reading are in the Ravelry group, and details about the seasonal RALs as well as the year-long RAL, where you are earning entries into giveaways, and then at the beginning of 2020, which seems so far away, but it's only 11 months away.
I don't have 2020 vision.
Me neither. Beginning of 2020, we will draw for prize winners based on the entries of all the quarterly read-alongs. And there are ways to earn bonus entries. So look in the show notes, look in the Ravelry group. If you have questions, post them. Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you what I am reading. I am reading The Road Back to You by Ian Morgan Cron and Suzanne Stabile. So I restarted the book because I had only read like the 2 introductory chapters, and then was like, I want to read and listen to some podcasts with each of the 9 types of the Enneagram. So I decided to reread those first 2 chapters, finish that last night. So I'm ready to start on the different types. I think what I might do is try to do 1 type a week over 9 weeks, so that I can deep dive into each of them. Mm-hmm. So I'm a 4-wing 3. Dammy's a 4-wing 3. I would say probably 3 for you. That would be my guess. My friend Mel is a 4-wing 5. So we discuss quite often the differences between a 4-wing 3 and a 4-wing 5. So I finished reading Fat! So ? Because you don't have to apologize for your size by Marilyn Wan. I talked about this some last week. It's about 20 years old. But it was really, really interesting. Some of the stuff I was like, yeah, totally agree with that. There was some stuff that I was like, no, I don't so agree with that, but that's okay. Yeah, so check it out if that's something you're interested in. I started reading a new nonfiction last night because my goal is to read at least one nonfiction a month. And the Dr. Hubs picked it up for me from the library. So I am reading House of Dreams, The Life of Ellen Montgomery by Liz Rosenberg. And
I was going to say, that's Anne of Green Gables.
It is. But it is written kind of for a YA kind of age type. I mean, it's still really interesting, but it's written to where that level could read it and understand it. And then they also have an illustrator who did not only the book jacket cover thing, but also did an illustration for every chapter. So I read the first 3 chapters last night because they're shorter chapters. And I've read some on Ellen Montgomery's life before, but I always love to read about all those things associated with Anne, because I do love Anne of Green Gables a lot. I am rereading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, book number 3 in the series by J.K. Rowling. I'm reading it along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. The last I read and listened to was the Quidditch final, where, spoiler, Gryffindor won the Quidditch Cup. But then I've read the next chapter, which is Professor Trelawney's prediction. So that's when they're doing all of the finals.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have not listened to the podcasts about that yet, though. So yeah, enjoying that. I'm trying to get it to where I do like at least 2 chapters a week. So read at least 2 of the chapters and listen to both podcast episodes about them. Yeah. But Swish and Flick is only into book 4. So there's going to be a point that I reach where I'm going to have to wait and do it 1 chapter a week, because I won't have all the Swish and Flick ones that I've been catching up on. So I finished reading book 4 in the Anna Pigeon series by Nevada Barr. I have the next book ready to read. I finished reading book 3 of the Cat Who ... series by Lillian Jackson Braun. And I have the next one in that one to read. I am reading the In Death series by J.D. Robb. I finished book 7 and 8, and I'm currently reading book 9. I read this book that was so good called The Bookshop on the Corner by Jenny Colgan. The beginning portion of it is set in Birmingham, England, which is where my bestie Katie and her family live. And we visited there, and so, yeah. And the premise of the book is that they are trying to, the library, she works at a library, the main character, and then the library decides that they're closing some of the libraries and trying to bring the libraries with more technology and, to try to reach a younger audience. And so her job is going away, and she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. And I don't think this doesn't spoil it, all the details, but she buys they call it a van, but I would call it more like a smaller bus, like a not like a school bus, but like a tour, like a tourist kind of bus. And she fills it with bookshelves and makes a traveling bookshop. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. So I can't remember who recommended that to me, but someone did, and I enjoyed it. And then I started reading the A Magical Cats mystery series by Sophie Kelly. I read book 1. I think I have book 2 ready, maybe to read. The Dr. Hubs brought some books home last night. I can't remember which one's all I have, because I'm reading so many series at once, because you have to wait for a book to become available. But it's about these 2 cats that are actually magical.
All cats are magical.
Not all cats, however, can walk through doors.
Well, I think Pink can.
Yeah. So
she just chooses not to keep us under her invisible spell.
There we go. That's it. Yeah. So so I'm reading that. All right, watching. I watched Valentine in the Vineyard, which was a Hallmark movie, but it was actually really interesting because it wasn't a woman meets this guy, they fall in love, there's some drama, and then they live happily ever after. It was about two couples that were already in relationships. The relationship was already there. So that was kind of fun that it was different. The Dr. Hubbs and I watched an Inspector Calls, which was I think it was a BBC movie. And the premise of it was a young woman kills herself, and this inspector shows up to question these people, and they learn things are intertwined that they didn't know about. But then it throws you for a loop at the end. And it's based on a play, and the playwright passed away before he answered this loop, this thing that you were thrown for a loop at the end. So yeah. And then the Dr. Hubbs and I also watched a movie called The Revenant.
Mm-hmm.
It won a lot of awards.
It did.
It was very gruesome. Leonardo DiCaprio was in it.
Yeah.
It's a survivalist. He needs to survive a traumatic things happening. It was kind of funny because the Dr. Hubbs was like, so what genre is this? And I opened it on IMDb. Hold on, I'm going to open it because it was funny.
Is it a comedy?
No, it's not a comedy. There it is. According to IMDb, The Revenant is an action-adventure biography drama western.
Me.
It's about a frontiersman on a fur trading expedition in the 1820s who fights for survival after being mauled by a bear and left for dead by members of his own hunting team. Fun times. Yeah. The acting was well done. I think it was just the
gruesomeness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I finished watching The Lost World, and sadly it ended on a cliffhanger that will never be resolved. Because the show was canceled.
Oh.
They never got back to London.
Oh no.
Yep. I also watched the entirety of the Witches of East End series.
Oh.
It was I think it was 23 episodes. It had Julia Ormond in it from Sabrina. Mm-hmm. Not the TV show Sabrina, the 1995 Sabrina with Harrison Ford. It also had, I think I talked about this last week, it also had the lady from Gilmore Girls, Sherry, Christopher's wife. So anyway, I watched that. So I started a new series called The Tunnel, and it is a UK series, I believe. It has adult content. It's a TVMA rating, just so you know that. But it starts out as being a crime a murder that the victim is found on the French side and half on the UK side of the Euroline. And so now the French police and the UK police are having to work together on this. So, yeah. The Dr. Hubbs and I were watching Series 8 of Call the Midwife, and they were watching Doctor Who at Nonada's house.
What year is it now?
I don't know, but it was still the
Which
first Doctor.
Still
First
okay.
Doctor. Yeah, the first Doctor. So anyway, it made me laugh. Murdoch Mystery Season 12, Tesla and Murdoch invented television.
Well.
But they were calling it television. Not television. Also watching NCIS: Arrow, The Flash, Criminal Minds, Death in Paradise, Big Bang Theory. Dammy, are you ready? I really would like for you to recreate with me.
Oh no.
From Supernatural, Season 14.
I forgot about this.
I warned you.
I forgot about it. Okay, who am I reading?
You're going to be Dean. I'm going to be Sam. And this is a very emotional scene.
Okay.
Drama. You're a theater student. You can do this. Pretend like you're getting what's it called? Like you don't know what you're going to have to read in an audition.
Reading a side?
Sure. Whatever it's called.
Cold sides.
Yeah.
Cold cuts.
No, it's not meat. Okay. So you're going to be Dean. I'm going to be Sam. And do you see that I shortened it to D and S as it goes down?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. Let's go.
We're going out on a high.
Going out being the operative phrase.
Sorry.
Sorry. How sorry are you? Sorry that you fight to keep Donatello alive, but when it comes to you, you just throw in the towel. Or are you sorry that after all these years, our entire lives, after I looked up to you, after I learned from you, I copied you, I followed you to hell and back. Are you sorry that all of that, it means nothing now?
Who's saying that?
You are. When you tell me I have to kill you, when you're telling me that I have to just throw away everything we stand for, throw away faith, throw away family. We're the guys who saved the world. We don't just check out of it.
Sam, I've tried everything. Everything. I got one card left to play and I have to play it.
You have one card today, but we'll find another one tomorrow. But if you quit on us today, there won't be no tomorrow. You tell me you don't know what else to do? I don't either, Dean. Not yet. But what you're doing now, it's wrong. It's quitting. I mean, look what just happened. Donatello never quit fighting. So we could help him because he gave up. I believe in us, Dean. I believe in us.
Hey.
Why don't you believe in us too?
Okay, Sam, let's go home.
What?
Let's go home. Maybe Billy's wrong, maybe. But I do believe in us. I believe in all of us. I'll keep believing until I can, until there's absolutely no other way. But why do I have to read this? But when that day comes, if that day comes, Sam, you have to take it for what it is. The end. You have to promise me that you'll do then what you can't do now. And that's let me go. And put me in that box. You too.
Yeah, all right.
Now, you heard me. Let's go home. Just don't hit me again, okay? How's my Jensen Ackles impression?
Brilliant. I think you did great. I think you could stand in for him anytime.
Good.
They have you on speed dial.
Oh, good.
Yes. It was just a very, heart-touching scene.
Well, I knew none of the context behind it, so.
So Donatello is a prophet.
He's a Ninja Turtle.
He's a prophet. And they have Michael the Archangel, who's evil, locked away in a part of Dean's brain, but he's trying to get out. And so Dean is convinced that the only way to deal with this is to be put in this metal box that he's built to trap the two of them away for eternity, and he'll be alive still in the box. Because if he dies, I think Michael can go into another body. And just before where I started the dialogue, Sam had hit Dean. Yeah, I didn't include that part.
Punch.
Yeah.
Yoink.
And then watching Blacklist and Blind Spot as well. And then listening to my favorite murder podcast. David Tennant does a podcast with ... podcast. Whoopi Goldberg was in this week's David Tennant did a podcast with Louis Goldberg. It was so interesting. I started listening to it because I was getting ready for bed, and I was like, I'll just listen to it while I'm getting ready for bed, and then I'll stop it so I can lay down and read. No, I had to finish listening to it. It was so good. But there is language if that bothers you. Just FYI. Listening to the Enneagram Type 4 playlist, and Dammy, I do believe that you might be listening to the Pressure of the Cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you listening to anything else?
Not really. I listen to the daily mixes that get made on me for Spotify, but it's all songs I already know.
Yeah. So, well, that is what we are reading, watching, and listening to, including an impromptu performance by Dammy and Cece as Dean and Sam. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our December, January, February Winter Wonderland owl.
Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Yes. So, go for it, Dammy.
This owl started on the 1st of December and it runs through the 28th of February. And it's for any project that you can knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to winter. How can you do that? Your fallback is if you can't think of anything creative, you made it in the winter. So yes. 2 main rules in this owl. No whips are allowed. Your project must have been begun by no earlier than the 1st of December and then finished no later than the 28th of February. And the other is each project of at least 20 yards that you enter and post into the FO thread counts as one entry into the giveaways. If your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. You can feel free to polydip in other owls as long as it fits in with the other rules. That's totally fine, including the great podcaster craft together.
Yes.
I just inhaled really weirdly. Anyway, so it's the first podcast of the month, so we're going to talk about our prizes in detail. But if you would like to see closer up pictures and go to the shops where these prizes came from, you can go to our show notes, geekygirlsknit.com. So,
you want to start or you want me to?
I will start. So first we have a Christmas tree bag by Donna's Designs Shop that was donated by Rhonda, who is dueling needles.
We have a Christmas stitch marker set made and donated by Teresa of Jazzy Creations.
We have a Seattle Seahawks stitch marker set made and donated, again, by Teresa.
We have 2 Illuminity enamel pins made and donated by Julia, who is Nimrus of Panthea's Jewels. 2 winners will each win 1 pin.
We've got this whole amazing set right here. It's a project bag from Neighborhood Fiber Co., a red cable notebook that was donated by Marianne, who is Knit Central, a Lose Me Not mini stitch marker size from Janby Smiley, a Ginger Twist Studio needle gauge and Nessie stitch marker, and 15 grams of Hilltop Cloud silk hankies.
Yes. And then Eileen, who's leaner on Ravelry, donated some yarn. First up, we have a Fairy Tale Knits Elven Music in the green tonal colorway.
Then we have Space Cadet Lucina in the No Snow colorway,
which is White Christmas reference.
I know.
And we have a Zwerger Opal Diamond in the 6524 colorway. We'd like to say a big thank you to all of our prize donors. If you would like to donate a prize for this or upcoming owls, or just for us to do a giveaway, you can PM me, Java Pearl on Ravelry, or email me at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
Yeah. So, you must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate, so just hit that join this group button in the top right corner of the group page. There's a hashtag if you would like to tag your projects or post on social media. It's GGKWinter1819. The FO thread will be locked on the morning of the 1st of March, and then winners will be drawn on the next podcast after that. And then any winners will have 30 days from the day the podcast goes live to claim their prizes, or they'll forfeit it. There's a chatter thread on Ravelry where you can encourage each other, chat about project plans, show project progress, and where I give shout outs to people who finish projects, but I also do that here. So why don't I do that right now? Oh yes, I would love to do that right now. Thank you. Angie's Hip, D-Door 4, Elsa and M, Falling Star 12, Fuzzy Kit, Jodadiah, JP Music 15, K2P2 Mama, Carlene Page, Knit Central, Knit Fantasy, Knitter Chow, Lil Angel SG2, Mama Mia 64, Mommy 2, Penushka, Penny Gale, Phoenix Fire, Russ Strauss, Share 2014, Shirley Knits 123, Silver Luna 2112, S. Keeling, Stitch by Moonlight, VT Kimmy Kim, and Yellcat.
Great job, everybody. You have 3 weeks to finish your projects. So make sure you get them done and posted in the FO thread, and you might be a winner. And on either in the podcast in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we will announce the spring along, the sheepy spring along.
Spring along.
The spring along. Be like Tigger. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Yeah, so that will be upcoming. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them. That's
right. So, Dammy, what is this week's question?
This week's question comes from Marianne, who is Knit Central from Massachusetts. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. I've enjoyed how you are so thrilled with Pink Pearl. I've had cats for many years, and it's fun to see brand new pet parents. I know you've loved cats for a long time. Are there things Pink Pearl does that really surprised you? Well, I think for this, we need to actually see Pink Pearl. So
I was just thinking the same thing. Hold that thought.
Grab the kitty. Get my little kitty cat. The podcast.
We'll be in a podcast with Mama and Dammy. Here we are.
The podcast.
Yes. Hi, baby. Hold on. Let me get you up here. There we go.
What are some things that Pink does that surprises you?
How often she baby bunnies. That's what we call when she lays on her back with her feet up in the air and wants somebody to come rub her belly.
Yeah, and she's got her little paws like this, like a bunny.
And sometimes she goes to sleep like that, and her back legs hop, hop, hop. I got you, baby. You're okay. Oh. One of her claws got stuck in my pajama legs.
Oh, no.
She's okay now. What is something that Pink Pearl does that has surprised you?
I like how much she wants to cuddle, but she's really stubborn and only does it when she wants to.
Yeah.
And there was something else. She sniffs the carpet in random places for some reason. And then she does the thing when, the thing that cats do when they're like, I smell something, I'm on the hunt, and she holds her mouth up and like.
Yeah. Yeah. I was also surprised, being a brand new cat parent, never had a cat before, how much she sleeps.
She sleeps all day. And at night, they were her amateur concerts.
Yes. She also likes to climb on us when we're sleeping. And so a lot of times she will stand on the Dr. Hub's chest and watch him sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Until somebody wakes up and interacts with her.
She likes to chase my feet under the covers, and sometimes she'll be laying on one of my legs, and then she'll just start kneading it.
Yeah, making biscuits.
She loves making biscuits on our soft blankies.
Yes. And what else, Pinky? You do lots of cute things. Yes, you do.
Oh, that horrible sound she makes when we have to give her a bath.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't like bath. I don't like bath at all. Or when she, when we're having to hold her for some reason, and she's like, well, I'm going to show you, and whacks us back and forth with her tail. Totally cracks me up. That's right. It does.
Really?
Do you have anything else you want to say? Say, I don't like being woken up. I wanted to take a nap right now, Mama. Yeah, I know you wanted to take a nap. Can you say bye-bye? Okay, bye-bye. There you go. Oh my goodness, she's so silly. She's so funny. We love her so much. And she has her own Instagram account, Pink Pearl Almond, PINKPURLALMON. And she posts on there quite often, i.e., Mama translates for her what she's saying or thinking. Mm-hmm. When Dammy's home, she posts for her more often. But since she's not home right now, I'm the one that posts on there primarily. So Dammy, I think that answers the question.
Yeah.
So if somebody has thank you so much to Marianne for asking the question. If somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. Let's move on to the next segment. We made it to the show. Yay! With hopefully only minor technical difficulties that hopefully we caught and repaired. So one announcement is next week we will not be recording on Thursday because I will be at Madrona in Tacoma on Thursday, the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day. So we are going to record on Friday the 15th, and then the episode will go live on Saturday the 16th. So the episode will be one day later than normal. But that'll let me be able to share what I get at Madrona, which I'm not planning for it to be that much stuff. I'm going more for the company and such than to really. I don't have any like projects that I'm specifically shopping for yarn for. So as you can see, I have yarn behind me that needs to be knit. So yeah. Any other announcements, Tammy?
No.
Okay. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, no matter how it is that you support us. But a special thanks to those of you who support us financially, because unfortunately it does cost money. I'm not going to start another row because we're about to be done. Unfortunately, it does cost money to be able to do the podcast. Yeah. So there are three main ways you can support the podcast financially. The first way is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards based on what level you donate at. I sent out Patreon rewards yesterday. So if you were expecting a reward, it's on its way to you, or you have already received it. So, Dammy, if somebody would like to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
That's right. What's another way?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are Amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you go to our website first and click on the appropriate Amazon link, either in the sidebar or at the bottom of each show notes post, and then do your shopping as usual, we'll earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to do anyway. So, yeah. So, Dammy, why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are other links to everywhere else you can find us online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. The Pacific Northwest is expecting apparently a big snowstorm this weekend. So if you're in the area, make sure to stay warm. Stay safe. Stay safe.
And please let us finish our show.
Yeah. Stay safe and pile on your knitwear so that you stay warm. Oh, because somebody's going to ask. This is the Neon Beast shawl. Is it by Vera Valmaki? I think.
I don't know.
In mostly rainbow heirloom yarn. There's a project page for it on my thing. And then this is my Stripy Sleeves of Warmth pattern, where you roll a dice to determine the strike, how many rows you do. Sorry, a certain cat needed a pet. And you can get this pattern for free if you join our Java Pearl Designs Ravelry group, which is separate from the Geeky Girls Knit group. So there's a Geeky Girls Knit podcast group, and there's a Java Pearl Designs group. If you join the Java Pearl Designs group and introduce yourself in the introduction thread, when I welcome you to the group, I will also gift you this pattern for free. That's the only way to get it. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, we hope y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you a day later next week. And happy knitting. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, stay tuned after the credits for Dammy's video that I sneakily took at her show.
Really?
Really. Bye.
Never forget so long as I live how Mr. Pushkin cursed me. That frigid moon in the stupid sky above the horizon.
Of course it's offensive, but all the same, pal, it's publicity. I think Johann Hall could have paid a bundle for Pushkin to sing about her abuse. Publicity is a great thing. Just you wait till there's an eclipse and they'll start talking about you.
No, I contemplate a bit of your radiance. If anyone gets famous from this eclipse, it will be you and you alone. They don't know that you can't do without me any more than without arms. Who else would you hide behind if not me? If you would hire a horse, you'd have to go through the nose. 2,000 at least. Whereas, cut your own way. I don't ask more than 30?
Well, all right. Just see that you don't go asking for a tip later on. Have a drink. I hope that you'll put some effort into this.
Oh, don't you worry. The eclipse will be first rate in all conscience, ma'am. From the very creation of the world, I've been producing moonlight and never had any complaints. Everything will be honest and above board. Oh, may I please have an advance?
I hear the water wagon starting out.
It's time for me to rise.
Well, I think I'll schedule the eclipse for August 7th in the morning. It's plenty of time for you to be ready. You'll conceal me so the eclipse will be the fullest possible.
And on what area would you like the shadow to fall on?
It would be nice to swan around Western Europe, but they'd hardly appreciate our efforts there. The local diplomats consider themselves specialists when it comes to keeping things dark, and therefore it's hard to surprise them. Consequently, there's always Russia. Even the astronomers want it that way. Well, miss, drop the shadow over Moscow, but do it cleverly. Try hard to make sure the eclipse delivers a message. Obscure only the northern part of Moscow and leave the southern part alone. Let Zamoske Voce, which lies in the southern part, see the way we ignore it. The kingdom of darkness.
Very good, Your Radiance.
And besides, merchants don't understand eclipses. Half of them are still coming back from Nizhny and haven't slept off their binges, and their wives are imagining devil knows what. Well, we shall lightly touch Klin, Zavadi, the general places where astronomers gather, then to Kazan and so forth. I'm still thinking about it.